Barcelona moves to sign Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. German league star ignites the rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Reason for cancelling Bellingham's red card against Barcelona in the cup final. DeMarco's comment on Lamine Yamal after the Barcelona vs. Inter Milan. And before we begin, don't forget to share your opinion in the comments about Barcelona's performance today against Inter Milan. And if you're a Barcelona fan, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and follow our page. Barcelona moves to sign Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. Recent press reports have revealed that Spanish club Barcelona is interested in signing English striker Marcus Rashford, currently on loan from Manchester United to Aston Villa, as part of the Catalan club's efforts to strengthen its attacking line in preparation for next season. This move comes amid Barcelona management's aim to refresh key areas in the squad, with strong indications of expected changes in the upcoming summer transfer window. According to circulated information, and as reported by the British newspaper The Sun, Barcelona has shown significant interest in signing Rashford but does not intend to pay the amount set by Manchester United to release their player, which stands at £40 million. On the other hand, the English international is not opposed to the idea of wearing the Barcelona shirt, especially as he has fallen out of Manchester United's main plans and was loaned to Aston Villa until the end of the season. Reports add that Barcelona had already tried to sign Rashford during the last winter transfer window, but negotiations did not succeed at the time, and the player remained at Villa Park for the time being. Nonetheless, Barcelona's interest in him has not waned. On the contrary, it has increased due to his relatively solid performances in his current spell. High salary and financial obstacle. The biggest obstacle to completing the deal remains Rashford's high salary, estimated at £325,000 per week. This figure is considered high according to Barcelona's current policy of controlling its budget, especially under the financial fair play restrictions, which require the club to reduce wage bills and enhance financial sustainability. However, sources close to the player have confirmed that Rashford is open to the idea of reducing his salary if it helps him achieve his dream of playing in La Liga and wearing Barcelona's colors, particularly after Manchester United failed to qualify for next season's UEFA Champions League and the club's pursuit of a replacement striker. Rashford's performance. This season, Marcus Rashford has delivered a good performance during his loan period at Aston Villa, playing 17 matches across all competitions, scoring 4 goals and providing 6 assists. These numbers are considered acceptable, given the adaptation period with a new team and a different style of play compared to what he was used to at Old Trafford. It's worth mentioning that since being promoted to Manchester United's first team in 2016, Rashford has played a total of 426 matches, scoring 138 goals and providing 77 assists, making him one of the most influential players in the team in recent years. Barcelona's attacking needs. Barcelona is looking to refresh its attacking line, especially with the aging of Polish star Robert Lewandowski, who, despite scoring 25 goals this season in La Liga, is seen by the club's management as needing a younger replacement to ensure continuity and provide alternative attacking options for the future. Rashford, thanks to his speed and versatility in playing across several attacking positions, represents a strategic option for the Catalan club, particularly due to his ability to both create and finish chances with equal quality. Hot summer. Ahead for Barcelona. Summer 2025 is expected to witness significant moves by Barcelona's management to strengthen the squad after a season filled with challenges on both the European and domestic fronts. With confirmation that the club is close to offloading some high-value contracts and easing financial constraints, there may be a real opportunity to sign players like Rashford at suitable prices. If negotiations with Manchester United go well, between the player's desire, the club's positions, and the financial challenges, the deal remains dependent on future developments. But what is certain is that Marcus Rashford has become a strongly considered name within the halls of Camp Nou. German league star ignites the rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Several clubs are competing to sign Jonathan Tah, player of German club Bayer Leverkusen, during the upcoming summer transfer window in a free transfer deal. Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern compete to sign Jonathan Tah. Jonathan Tah's departure from Leverkusen is now considered confirmed, especially as the German center-back, aged 29, is out of contract at the end of the season and has already confirmed his exit from the club without renewing his contract. Although Barcelona appear to be significantly ahead, having held talks with the German defender's agents since last December, the negotiations have dragged on longer than expected. Concerns over his registration, similar to Dani Olmo's situation with Barcelona, and the club not having a strong need for a defender, have led to a halt in negotiations, according to the Spanish newspaper AS on Wednesday. For their part, Bayern Munich have reignited talks after trying to sign Tah last summer and are now looking to take advantage of Barcelona's hesitation in completing the deal. The most striking development is Real Madrid entering the race, especially with coach Carlo Ancelotti's expected departure, and Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso lined up to replace him. Although the most likely candidate to strengthen Madrid's defense is player Dean Huijsen, Tah's name has received approval from Tolosara, who knows him well, hinting at a looming three-way battle over the defender. Reason for Bellingham's red card cancellation against Barcelona in the Cup final. The Spanish Football Federation announced on Tuesday the disciplinary decisions issued against a number of Real Madrid players, following the events of the Copa del Rey final that brought the team against their rivals Barcelona, which ended in a 3-2 win for the latter after extra time. The decisions included suspending player Antonio Rudiger for 6 matches due to being classified under the category of serious offenses, which requires the sanction to apply across all domestic competitions. It was also decided to suspend player Lucas Vázquez for 2 matches in the Copa del Rey competition. On the other hand, the disciplinary committee of the Spanish Federation decided to cancel the red card received by player Jude Bellingham after the match and not to impose any punishment on him. Reasons for canceling Jude Bellingham's red card against Barcelona. According to the Spanish newspaper Mundo Deportivo, the decision was based on the final referee's report, which stated that the player approached the refereeing team in a manner considered aggressive after the end of the match, but was contained by his teammates without any actual escalation occurring. Based on what was mentioned in the report, the committee saw that the incident did not meet the criteria necessary to impose a disciplinary sanction and accordingly decided to withdraw the red card. Real Madrid retains the right to appeal the decisions issued within the legally defined period, which may at least lead to a reduction in the punishment imposed on the German defender Antonio Rudiger. DeMarco's comment on Lamine Yamal after the Barcelona vs. Inter Milan match. Lamine Yamal, a name I will never forget as long as I live. From the start of the match, I was watching him. A young boy, barely over 16, a slender body, light steps, and a face that still held the features of childhood. I told myself, talented kid, yes, but he's still just a youngster. It won't be difficult. But I was wrong. Wrong in a way I had never experienced before in my career. The first moment came in the 24th minute. I saw him receive the ball on the wing. I was in position. I know how to deal with these situations. I approached him with the confidence of a player who's played dozens of Champions League matches. But he didn't hesitate, didn't slow down, didn't panic. His body moved in a way only those truly gifted can move, not someone who merely learned it. A feint to the right, then left, and suddenly he took off like an arrow, cutting through the space between us in a fraction of a second. I didn't see him pass. I saw myself looking for him with my eyes. He left me behind like the sea leaves a mark on the shore, then vanishes. Before I could catch my breath, the ball was in the net. I didn't know where to look. At my teammates, the stands, the coach, the ground, or at that boy who was celebrating, not with arrogance but with a strange calm, as if he were used to such moments, as if this wasn't rare, but something he knew he could do whenever he wanted. Then he came back, just 2 minutes later. Yes, 2 minutes. He didn't give us a chance to recover from the shock. He went past again, dribbled, and took a shot only someone who sees the goal from an angle no one else does could take. It hit the crossbar, yes, but for a moment, I wished it had gone in. Not because I wanted to concede, but because I wanted that masterpiece to be complete. I wanted to applaud, even if only inside, for what that child had just done. Do I blame myself? Yes. Am I angry? Of course. No one likes being dribbled past like that in front of the world. No one accepts being the weaker side in a one-on-one. But I don't regret facing him. On the contrary, I'm grateful. Because he made me remember why I loved football. He made me feel that this game still holds secrets, despite everything I've been through and everything I've seen. In the dressing room, I didn't talk much. I just sat. I tried to replay the moment, the details. How did he move? Where was I standing? Did I have a chance to intervene? Did I hesitate? Should I have done something differently? Then I realized it wasn't entirely my fault. Sometimes there are moments that don't belong to the laws of the game, but to something beyond logic. And Lamine, in that moment, was beyond logic. What he did wasn't just skill, it was a message. This new generation doesn't come just to take our place, but to redefine the concept itself. He doesn't play like we used to. He doesn't think like we used to. He creates without fear, dribbles without worry, shoots without overthinking. We move with the weight of experience. They fly with the lightness of passion. It's not the first time I've been dribbled past, but it's the first time I felt like just a detail in someone else's story. A story of a player whose name is now being written, in this moment, as one of those who will change the face of football in the coming years. Am I sad? Yes. Do I feel defeated? Definitely. But at the same time, I feel I was part of something beautiful, despite its bitterness. Because the beauty of the game isn't born only from victory, but from recognizing greatness when we see it before us. I say it sincerely. Lamine Yamal is not just a talent. He is a promise of a different future, of tougher duels, of moments that will be immortalized. And I was there, on that night, in that moment. When the ball moved, when he passed me, and when the crowd roared his name, and one day, when they tell his story, someone will say, "Do you know who the defender was in that famous clip? It was DeMarco." And I'll smile, despite everything, because I was there when a new star was born.